My name is Dr. Naeem Tahir Baig. I am an international relations scholar and strategic analyst, and the author of over 150 internationally published works. Between 2010 and 2026, Israeli forces conducted 6 interceptions of Freedom Flotilla missions in international waters. My peer-reviewed paper, published in the Journal of Geostrategic Studies, asks 2 connected questions. Do these actions constitute a pattern of international law violation, and if so, why has no accountability mechanism been successfully activated? To answer those questions rigorously, I applied a 3-tier evidence system throughout. Tier 1 is reserved for UN and ICC verified findings. Tier 2 covers credibly documented NGO and witness evidence. Tier 3 covers contested allegations that are under investigation but not yet judicially established. You will see those distinctions carried through every slide that follows. Panning peer-reviewed journals, books, monographs, and policy papers. My research sits at the intersection of international law, strategic studies, and Middle East affairs. This paper is published in the Journal of Geostrategic Studies. Let me walk through the established record. In 2010, the UN Human Rights Council fact-finding mission found that 9 people were killed aboard the Mavi Marmara, and that 6 of those deaths constituted willful killing under international humanitarian law. The ICC Office of the Prosecutor found a reasonable basis to believe war crimes were committed. That is Tier 1, verified and not contradicted even by the Palmo-Reba panel, which simultaneously found the force used excessive and unreasonable. Moving to 2025, drone strikes near Malta, the boarding of the UK-flagged Madeleine without flag state consent, and interceptions between 40 and 120 nautical miles from Gaza, all raising serious questions under UNCLOS Articles 87 and 110. And in October 2025, approximately 428 passengers from over 30 countries were detained. Physical ill treatment is credibly documented at Tier 2. Sexual violence allegations exist but are under Italian prosecutorial investigation, Tier 3, and are not established as fact. On the detention evidence, I want to be precise about what is verified and what is alleged. The verified Tier 2 figures, approximately 428 passengers detained from over 30 countries, and more than 5 tankers damaged across the 2010 and 2025 interceptions. Physical ill treatment, stress position restraint, denial of food and medicine, beatings, is documented by the legal organization Adalar, corroborated by Turkish medical personnel and journalists who witnessed detainees arriving at Ataturk Airport. That is Tier 2. Separately, multiple named individuals have alleged rape and sexual assault during the October 2025 detention. I name them in the academic paper with full evidence tier disclosure. I have withheld their names from this public video as a privacy measure. Italian prosecutors are investigating. The UN Special Rapporteur on Torture has called for an independent inquiry. The Israeli Prison Service disputes these allegations. My paper's central legal arguments do not depend on these allegations being established, but the pattern of documented conduct makes investigation essential. This is the structural question my paper addresses in its final section. 4 identifiable factors, not just political will, sustain the accountability gap. The United States has exercised its formal Security Council veto to block every binding resolution on flotilla incidents since 2010, and has opposed ICC jurisdiction over Israeli nationals. The United Kingdom, whose flagged vessel was boarded without its consent, has not publicly confirmed whether a formal protest note under UNCLOS Article 94 was filed, making its flag state obligations a live, unresolved legal question. The European Union has never invoked the Human Rights Clause in its association agreement with Israel, despite Tier 1 established violations from 2010 and Tier 2 documented detention conditions in 2025 and 2026. And Israel itself has initiated no domestic investigation for any flotilla incident, despite UNCAT Article 12 requiring a prompt inquiry whenever reasonable grounds exist. The responsible minister self-published footage showing restrained, kneeling detainees and publicly endorsed those conditions. That is Tier 1 evidence of ministerial attitude, not allegation. 3 findings, each clearly tied to its evidentiary basis. Tier 1, the 2010 killings are established as extrajudicial by the UN and the ICC. Tier 2, physical ill treatment in October 2025 is credibly documented and prima facie engages the UN Convention Against Torture. The interceptions in international waters raise strong grounds under UNCLOS. Tier 3, the sexual violence allegations are under active investigation. My central arguments do not rest on them, but the overall pattern warrants ICC and UN Human Rights Council attention. My 5 recommendations followed directly from this evidence. The first 4 are grounded in Tier 1 and Tier 2 findings. The 5th calls for full cooperation with the Italian inquiry and universal jurisdiction assessment as those investigations develop. The DOI and ResearchGate link are on the final slide. The full paper is available open access on ResearchGate, no paywall, no login required. The DOI is 10.13140, RG.2.2.26581.18401. You can also search ResearchGate publication 405,216,112 or use the link in the description. The paper contains the complete three-tier evidence tables, full legal analysis under UNCLOS, UNCAT, the Rome Statute, and international humanitarian law, named witness testimonies with full methodological disclosure, and the complete state and institutional response matrix. If this research is relevant to your work, I welcome engagement from legal scholars, policymakers, journalists, and fellow researchers. Please share it.